Good morning, everyone. Michelle Hart here. Welcome to my channel. So today we are doing a review of the Haindl Tarot. I think that's how you say it. Now, I'd seen this numerous times and I almost picked it up numerous times and I didn't. And there was actually a YouTube video. If I can find the video, I will link it below because it was fascinating to listen to the creator of this deck. Listen to his story. It is just phenomenal. And I absolutely loved the story behind it and all that this man went through. And the fact that this was someone that went through, he just went through some major difficulties. But after a period of time, he kind of went on to some spirituality. He was searching for spirituality, and he incorporated so many different types of religions, like main religions, into his deck. So he's got Indian, he's got Native American, he's got European, there we go. He's got like European folklore. And what was the other one? There was I can't remember what the other one was now. Oh well, but you'll see as we go through. It's fairly obvious. Very, very unique deck. So it's a little, while I have this in my hands, little white book is it's nice for what it is. It really is, it gives a lot of meaning to each card. In spite of it being a really small booklet, it's, I think, well done. So now they're very simple cards, but I actually like how they're done. It almost looks like they're edged, but I don't think they are. I think it's just the cardstock is gray all the way through, which is interesting. But I love the back of these. Like, that's such, I'm sorry, I gotta pay attention to my lighting here. Such a gorgeous image here. So that's actually a spare. All right, we'll just go through. Let me see if I can bring you guys in closer, maybe, without breaking my, if you guys could see my setup, like it's super wonky. I just do what I can with what I got. All right. Well, hopefully it's a little bit closer for you guys. So we'll just start going through. I have actually not gone through all of these myself either. So I'll be going through it with you. So we have the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess. Now there is kind of this muted feeling about the whole deck right off the bat. And I think it's really cool, actually, because there's almost this feeling of nothing in life is clear. A Chariot. That is an interesting Chariot. I actually really want to delve into this deck a lot more because I feel like there is so much more to the symbolism than I am actually catching here. A lot more to the way he's incorporated this. The Wheel of Fortune. That's kind of a scary looking Wheel of Fortune. That's interesting. That's beautiful. I'm not sure why the peacock feathers for justice, but it's beautiful. The Hanged Man. How crazy is that? You've got this rainbow in the background, kind of symbolizing that the Hanged Man is at peace with things. It's very, very interesting perspective on it. Death. You've got, it's like almost coming out of the ground, this, oh my gosh, this bony arm. And then you have the sickle there. The colors on this is beautiful, though. Like, I love how they have, I don't know if you guys can see very well. There's like multiple colors just within the eye itself of this bird. Alchemy. Okay, so what is alchemy? Temperance? I think that's temperance. the Devil. The Tower. Now that is interesting, because you have this tower with all these flags of all these different nations. Everything collapses. It's like this whole message of every nation falls. You know, at some point, even the greatest of nations fall. That's a very interesting star. It's kind of, it's almost like she's part of the mountain. I'm not sure how to feel about that one, honestly. And I'm going through these, if I'm going through these too slowly, I can speed up in my future videos. But I am actually truly fascinated by this deck. I think that is gorgeous. What a beautiful incorporation into the Sun card. The Aeon. So this is like the Thoth deck with the Aeon. And this is weird because it seems to be a combination of like the Thoth and the Rider-Waite in some of its artwork. So, but what's interesting about this guy, the universe, what's interesting about this guy is that he's actually the only one, but out of the main known tarot decks, like the most popular tarot decks, we have the Rider-Waite and we have the Thoth, right? Both the creators of the Rider-Waite and the Thoth were in occult groups, and this guy was the only one that was not in like an occult group or some kind of not hierarchy. What is the word I'm looking for? It'll come to me later. But he was the only one that was not really like in an actual group. So these are the Ace of Wands. And this is, it says in the East. So that's nice that it kind of clarifies a little bit kind of where he's getting this, the mythos for this particular suit. And it's got like perfection, conflict. It's got these keywords on each of these cards, which I really like. And it's also got the I Ching in the corners. If you know anything about the I Ching, I don't know anything about it. It's something I kind of want to look into though. And I find it fascinating, but you know, there's always so much to learn with this kind of stuff. Oppression. Then we have the Ace of Cups in the North. This is beautiful. Mixed happiness, disappointment, happiness. Oh. This is, I love this suit. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that each suit that we've gone through has ended with 10. All of the face cards for the minor arcana are in the back because he was very, he took the, like I said, the different religions from around the world, and they're kind of a little bit more unique. And they're just kind of set up this way, like upon opening the deck, this is the way they are set up. So I feel like I'm going back to this one because the Three of Swords in every single deck, I feel like kind of very often speaks to the whole deck accurately, generally speaking. So that's one of the cards I look at first. And this is, it's very simple. There is a tear in whatever this fabric or skin or whatever it is. There is a tear. You have what looks like blood kind of in the background behind it. That's why it makes it look like skin, but there's a tear coming out instead of blood, which is very simple but very interesting way to portray mourning and loss. there are so many images. Like I think this would probably be a good deck to kind of meditate with, because there's a lot of like little hidden images that aren't noticeable right off the bat in every card. So that's interesting that the swords are piercing land, and the land itself is bleeding for the Ten of Swords. That is just crazy. All right, Ace of Stones in the West. Harmony. Power of the Earth. That's interesting that there are different colors in that. Interesting. I mean, I knew I liked this deck, but I really, as I'm looking through these, I just want to delve deeper into it. There's such a curiosity with this deck. Now this one's a little I don't know what you guys feel about Indian religions, but a lot of their gods and goddesses are just scary looking to me. That one's, how can they have such scary gods and goddesses, and yet they have such beautiful like headdresses and jewelry, like they gorgeous as a people, but like Krishna. That's not that's the only one I'm really familiar with. That one and the one with all the snake heads. I can't remember the name of it though. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm losing my brain here. Now what's really nice actually is that he does give the titles. I probably should have pointed that out earlier. He does give the titles of each of the gods or goddesses, so that you're not lost as to what they are if you're unfamiliar with them. Odin, Father of Cups in the North. That is really cool, actually. My husband and I were literally just talking about this the other day. We were looking at another deck and reading the description that it had. And my husband goes, oh, that sounds like Odin. And apparently somebody else had the same idea. How great is that? Dang, he's got some wild eyes. Look at that. Mother of Swords in the South. I want to look into some of these. This is obviously the Egyptian. That was the other one. I knew it was an obvious one. The Egyptian was the other suit, or the other main religion that was kind of an influence in this. Oh, I love this one. I grew up loving Native American stories, and so this section just speaks to my heart. Which is a little bit sad because there's a lot of Native American decks out there, and none of them have really spoken to me. But overall, love this deck so far. I am very curious to learn more about this. So, but that is my take on things, and I am really looking forward to delving deeper into how this deck is. And I know the guy that I watched the first video of, just his walkthrough, like I said, I'll see if I can find the link and put that in the below. He also has a detailed walkthrough, and I actually haven't seen those yet, so I'm going to actually go and do that as well, because these are just beautiful. So, all right, we are going to call that good. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye.